What's up, guys?
You already memorized it. One day you should do it. Okay.
No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the MentALIty podcast. To us, it's been weeks. To you,
Sup?
it's been...
Months.
I was going to say minutes, because it probably came from... I'm hoping they came from a previous video. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the MentALIty podcast. My name's Ali.
I'm Noor.
Welcome back.
Yes, Wahid. Okay.
So,
I'm surprised. Yeah, there you go.
No, because you said
up?
you waited for me to say my name, and I'm like, okay, I guess. I said my
Okay,
name.
well...
you got to reset.
Well,
I'm in the
okay,
lead.
okay,
I'm
okay.
in the lead.
Welcome back to the MentALIty podcast, guys. It's Ali here with Noor and Wahid.
What's up?
What's up?
All right, we need the subs to officially start it. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Not bad.
Yeah,
Rate
how's it
yourself
going?
there, bud?
I'm chilling. We recently went on a camping trip together. It was amazing. It was fun. We're lucky because if we went on any sort of trip now with the way the weather is, I thought the world was ending today. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Did
You were outside?
I wasn't outside, but in my job, I had to take a client to an appointment, and I was like, should I just cancel this? Because it was so sketchy. I found out that in like certain areas of the city, it was hailing.
Mm-hmm.
In other areas, it wasn't. Where I was, I won't say where I was, but where I was for work, it wasn't hailing. But I heard we have a friend of ours, a mutual friend, who sent us a video where the guy opens the door and water's almost flowing in his car.
Yeah.
What's
that was
going on in
wild.
Ottawa?
That's wild.
What's going on in Ottawa?
So some of the videos are basically like mirror high to the car, and people just abandon it.
Abandoning it?
Yeah.
Bro, I saw a video of this guy. I
This
don't
is
know.
the floods in Ottawa for anyone that's wondering.
Yeah, because of this random thunderstorm.
Where'd
It's
it
not
come out of?
random. Like it's been
They
this
said
whole
it. They
this
said it was
this whole
coming,
this
I woke up this morning.
yeah.
Shout out to the Weather Network. They
They
gave me
did
the heads
their
up.
job.
Give you a heads up.
They gave me the heads up. Yeah.
Yeah, but like this whole summer has been off with these storms.
People
But-
have been saying that.
Yeah, but today's was one of the worst because like I saw a video of this guy just you clearly see 3 cars in front of you are submerged in the water, and he just puts it on drive and decides to go through, and I'm like, bro, like what goes through your head? Like you don't have a submarine.
Yo, from my limited understanding of cars, and you could tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe the viewers might think I'm an idiot for this, but if a car engine gets submerged underwater, that's it. It's toast, right?
Like I think it could survive for a bit long, but
So
it
from-
does a lot of damage for sure.
From what I
no
understand,
way.
so like the main things are your air intake, which is inside the engine bay. That water gets in there, it's going to screw up the combustion. The second thing that's most critical is the battery. Water touches that, the car will just shut down.
Okay, so
you know, like when you go over a puddle like too fast. I don't know
Yeah.
if you ever done this and your car like sputtered.
okay.
It's usually the battery.
Well, regardless, I could not believe the flood today. I was like, okay, if this is the last day on Earth, like I should probably quit my job and go pray and repent for all the things that I've done. I'm like, this is
Given
it's
everything,
bad, man.
Given everything we've seen, though, if you thought the world was gonna end with a rainstorm,
But you know,
It's
you
just
know
that
what?
these
we
are
went through
happening more and more.
wildfires.
Yeah.
They've been happening
through
more and more.
wildfires, UAPs, you're like, nah, this rainstorm's it.
But what's crazy though, like in where I work from home, so during the day I have a lot of natural light coming into my house, so I don't have to turn on any lights during the day while I'm working.
Okay.
I go to the wash. I go do an errand. I come back home, and then the whole house is dark. It's like the sun just disappeared, and I'm like,
In
and
a
then,
span of what?
like 10 minutes maybe.
Bro, man, the weather's been acting up. Like I don't know if these environmentalists are onto something here.
If they're on to
Yeah, climate change. Huh?
we're like
That thing,
half
that
a
thing.
degree away from like
Yeah.
world catastrophe. Like they might be onto something.
It's a
now.
joke. Relax, people. Okay. Jeez, I'm gonna get fucking
Well,
people getting pissed at
just in
me
the
for
news
that.
today as well too was the Liberal government trying to push through their carbon. What was it? Net zero energy grid emission targets for 2035. They want to be zero. They want to be neutral, carbon neutral with their energy grid. That's what it was.
And that means
And-
like no oil production, no.
So the way
Nope.
They're
they
trying to
explained it-
incentivize
the way they
cars.
explained it was no, it's not about cars. It's like power to homes. So they're still burning. Like Ontario uses a lot of natural gas. So what they said is they want to reduce reliance on it, but they're not going to eliminate it. They're going to do a carbon neutrality. So basically, if you burn this much CO2, then we're going to offset it with this many trees or with carbon capture technology.
Yeah.
It's just a net zero. It doesn't mean it's going away permanently.
Do you think Ontario is going to fulfill that pledge or that promise?
This is a Canada-wide thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is an attempted Canada-wide thing.
When you say like Canada's like trying to go 2035, let's say,
How far is that?
So-
it's
12
like not
years.
long. That's like
We're in 2023.
that's
Yeah.
like 12 years, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 years.
In
Okay,
12
damn.
12 years.
You know
12
how long?
years
You
to
know,
be
We've
able
been 100 years. We've been trying to fix this global crisis.
You think in the
Global
next
weather
decade?
next
like,
decade is gonna
brother,
fix itself.
in our own city, it's been a decade in the making to get this rail line going.
Yeah.
Why do you got to bring it back to the rail, man?
Because it's been a decade. You
It's
think
the
you're gonna-
biggest
Blunder.
lie, bro.
Yeah.
Like since I was in university, fucking 2015, they're like, oh, it's gonna be coming, and still they haven't nailed it down or something. There's still issues with it.
The mayor's like, yeah, there's a lot of issues with it, but we're trying to come up with a plan to make travel like fare rides free for everybody. And I was like, bro, it's not making you money. Like, what are you
How is that
talking
sustainable?
about?
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's dumb,
It's not. He straight up said he's gonna raise taxes or cut city funding somewhere else to do it.
bro.
But at least he's honest about it.
Is there anything you want to add to that? Because I want to talk about Trudeau quickly.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
Trudeau,
My
dog.
man's recently single and on the hunt.
Okay,
eh?
so Trudeau, man, my sincerest condolences. I know times are tough right now. If you ever want to come to the MentALIty podcast, we have a couch for you, an entire couch. Like if you and I'm aspiring to be a therapist for marriages and relationships. So feel free, man. We have an open invitation here for the pod. But
And on the flip side, Sophie, if you're listening,
Let's get
Sophie.
down to business.
did you just say that? Oh my god.
Let's find out the truth, bro.
Okay.
I
Let's
would
find
love
out
to do
the
a sit
truth.
down with her and be like, hey, was it you
What
or was
happened?
it him? Who
Could
who
you
drove it?
imagine if like the first news network or someone who's able to get an interview with her, whoever she accepts, that's easy ratings right there, because people
Oh, for sure.
people all over the world are so invested in stuff like this.
For sure.
It's like, oh, okay. Mind you, he has kids right now, right? It's like, bro, the level of scrutiny this guy has, just walking
bro, you know what it
around the
is?
block,
Yeah,
right?
bro. It's because
You're
no
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say hand on my heart, this video of a guy on TikTok, he's holding this, and Trudeau comes out. This guy thinks he could get up to Trudeau's face, not realizing he's the Prime Minister of the Canada.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be guards, dog. Like, he's going to get into his vehicle. Before he got into his vehicle, Trudeau always does the thing where he's like, while he's getting hollered, you piece of shit. Right? And then as he's about to get in, someone's like, yeah, you pedophile. I'm like, where are you getting this stuff from? Now, mind you, he's a lot of things. I don't think he's that. I'm like, some people really
but
need
you know what it
voices.
is, bro? Everybody wants somebody to blame. And it's like
He's easy.
He's the
He's a
easy
face.
target.
Yeah,
Easy
yeah.
face,
Everyone knows
easy
Trudeau.
target,
I
yeah.
mean, it's also
He's also done like
Yeah.
not the best. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fair,
Like-
fair.
In recent years.
like just to put it
I
in
agree.
perspective.
I agree with
I
you.
see why people have a problem with him, even if they don't know his policies. Because like the guy stands up for minorities, then does blackface. The guy does.
That was years ago, man.
The guy does plastic.
Like,
no,
if
he-
someone dug in your past, I'm sure there's something.
okay,
the
well-
blackface thing I don't care for.
Okay, it doesn't matter. But you see my point. The contradiction opens up the door to people to be like, oh, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
Banning plastics and then creating that pipeline that he opposed. Like, stupid.
Yeah.
He's on either side of everything. And a rational person would be like, okay, he understands the need to meet in the middle.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I guess you could make a play for that. But
Oh, for sure. He's
but you-
definitely that guy.
yeah, he's definitely that guy to try to appease everybody.
Listen,
Right?
one thing that won't happen.
He helps the immigrants and the Muslims to come to his country.
Yeah.
Supports the LBGT, whatever.
the thing that the people he brought really don't like.
They're both opposites.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I like
yeah.
them both.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, bro,
He
how's
said
this
they
gonna
Trying to be the
work?
middleman.
Yeah.
But
He
it's
claimed,
doing it to a fault.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he claimed they were brainwashed. That was messed up to me. He's like, he was asked about the Muslim parents basically protesting against the LGBT mandate, I guess, in schools.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, it's a shame that the minority. I don't want to
September 21st, let's get it.
I'm going to paraphrase a bit here, but basically he was trying to say, or he's trying to insinuate that the Muslim community was brainwashed by the far right, like the far right Canadians.
Okay.
It's like we don't have brains of our own. Like,
Listen,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I
Trudeau I just feel back to what Noor was saying. He's a very recognizable name and face, and it like my brother was
And it
teaching
rolls
me
off,
basic.
rolls off the tongue too.
Fair.
Like F Trudeau is like very
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
to say.
Bro, I had
I think it
to.
comes standard decaled on every truck.
Bro, like the thing is that a lot of people don't understand is that, and like my brother who is aspiring to be a lawyer was like teaching me politics 101. He was like, Ali, listen, like Trudeau is just the face of the party, right? It's like he doesn't have full autonomy, full power to just
Yeah.
stamp and let things go, right? He has a whole like party behind him who elected him to be the face of them, right? So he tells me, he's like, he gets the blame because he's the face,
the
but
face.
it's like the party he represents should get the blame. It's not just Trudeau.
Is it though? Because
No?
the only thing I'm going to say to that is if you're the party, and
How is that not
so
fact?
if you're the party, you have to have some sort of aligned agenda, even if the specifics are the ones that get argued about, right? Within your party, like you have a bit, some people are like a bit left, some people are a bit right, but in general, you all have the same agenda, at least in
Within the same party,
within
you're
the
talking.
same party.
Yeah.
Some vague agenda is what you have, right? So at that point, everybody in there is okay with your vague agenda to move forward in your direction. At that point, you need to sit down and be like, okay, who's the most electable so we can win to push our agenda forward?
It's not that easy.
I understand, but what I'm saying is
Because like how many people are in a party? I don't know.
I would
hundreds
I
or
don't know.
thousands
this is
of people.
this is
for
in
sure.
this is in addition to
know.
what you're saying. I'm not going against your point. I'm just saying to consider this as well. Is that if you're blaming the party, blame their choice also. They're the ones who would then elect a candidate to then
That's
put
what
it
I'm
on
saying?
the platform. Yeah.
Okay.
And I understand that, but he also they all share but he's still part of that party.
For sure,
Right.
and it's also been told to me that a majority government is not something you want because if that's the case,
Because
then
then
you're able to,
they can have their free reign, right?
right? So the way I was explained it is a minority party. No, is that right? A
Minority government.
government.
Yep.
A minority government is something that is something more desirable than a majority government because more parties have to work together to get something passed rather than if you have a majority government. It's in a way how I looked at it was like when Rogers, Bell, and Telus just monopolize a certain industry. If you have a majority government, it's what you were saying. One big party, all their values align more so in one direction.
Yep.
Therefore, it's easier to pass things.
I'm not going to say it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. There's definitely a case to be made about how it's more democratic to hear more people's opinions matter and carry more weight.
Well,
So
you
in
see some. Sorry, go ahead.
in this case, like the NDP, right? Like whenever they put something forward, the Liberals have to take them seriously because they've been backing every single one of their policies. So in a sense, their party and their patrons who vote for them get a stronger voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, how can you like if most of the country or if you expected one party to do the most amount of difference in their term, you can't rely on a minority government for that to happen. The more back and forth there is, the more that party who wanted to put forward all their different sort of bills
Takes
and laws
longer to-
it would take longer. You got to run it by everybody. You got to secure the votes and all that.
Yeah, but
I'm
isn't
not
that
saying
why
it's a bad thing. I'm just
the
saying
process
that,
is the way it is to have a dialogue?
yeah, but you still had a dialogue.
But some of these
beforehand.
dialogues, bro, are like kindergarten, bro. They're
man.
like,
Yeah.
I still remember the Poilievre and Trudeau one about the money on the back, the $5 bill. They're like, oh, they want to remove this Canadian kid on the back playing hockey to something else.
just like
There was like a
things
full
Bro,
debate about that.
It was the passports.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
the
the
passports.
passports.
That's what it
for
was.
the love of
Passports.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
man.
And at the time, like this was still during the height of when no one can afford a home, and they're arguing about this little kid on a passport.
And all I can think of, I'm like, it was changed before like that kid got on, but so he replaced somebody,
Facts.
and then it's just as the time goes, people just want change and re-innovate.
Well,
And that's
well,
why I
now
looked
that's
at it, I'm
where we
like,
are
bro,
now.
can we skip this subject and fucking go?
Change is well now change is imminent because Trudeau, bro, I can bet my left kidney this guy won't be elected
Don't
next.
worry about it, bro.
Ain't no way,
Don't
dog.
worry about it.
Ain't no way.
So just before we move on
Bro,
from this
come
topic,
on.
though,
Like, sorry, but before you say
Yeah.
something, before our last elections, everybody thought there was a lot of people swaying
People
away
gave
from
him
liberals.
one more chance. People gave him one more chance because they were like,
Yeah, but before that,
we don't want the
before we
other
got-
party, the blue
yeah,
party, to
Before we got to that point,
nor
everybody
if,
switched.
if before you're saying everyone switched, now I can almost bet you people who stood by him 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Shit, it's been 8 years.
Yeah.
Damn. 8 years ago when he had so much
Oh,
motion.
for sure.
Like,
I'm
he
with
had
you
so
with
much
that. I'm
motion
with you.
behind
I'm
him.
with you, by the way.
Now
I'm with
people
you.
are like, yo, I don't care if I was rocking with you, dog.
Exactly.
I need something different.
Shit at a
Yeah,
penny
and, like,
mix.
I'm done,
I
yeah.
just want change.
Switching the
Yeah,
pendulum the
I'm
other
done.
way.
Yeah,
And,
exactly. It's like if this guy messes it up, like okay, I can just blame
We're
him
okay
now.
with that.
Yeah.
We'll take,
Here's the
we'll
thing.
take the
We're-
L on random guy. 'cause
Yeah,
we
yes,
know
yes,
we're
yes, yes.
getting here.
Here's-
We're already going downhill, bro. Might as well switch it up.
Might as well. And let's just see what happens. Roll the dice.
Don't do that.
My brother was telling me, he was like, yo, Ali, would you want or he asked me, he's like, what's one thing that Trudeau has done? And then I was like, the first thing that popped in my mind, I was like, he did that. He was like, okay, cool. So he legalized weed. What else? Bro, I sat there like trying to think of like impactful things that he's done. Again, like I don't want this to be a political debate or whatnot,
Yeah.
but all this to say, bro, Prime Minister, good or bad, actually,
He paused. He's not coming on your show, bro.
Prime Minister, whoever it may be, president or prime minister, I feel like, bro, they can't walk the streets without getting people calling them a douchebag, you piece of shit. And the guy's divorced, bro. Like, let's make sure the guy
Is okay.
is okay.
He's
You
like,
know,
he's
like,
had a bad year.
I don't want him to
Yeah, well, I've had a worse year.
to go bye bye. You know, like
I've had a worse year.
Trudeau, stay with us, please.
Watch him do like a single parent benefit for housing. Like,
Bro,
no,
man.
If this
falling
YouTube
apart,
video
bro.
gets flagged,
Yo,
I'd be pissed.
But
just
yo,
because
so
they're
funny.
thinking we're talking about Trudeau too much.
he's such a troll though. Did you see what he did on Twitter? So he posted a pic with him and his son going to watch Barbie, right?
I saw that. What's so
And then
trolly
people
about that?
give him flack for it, right?
Why?
Because I don't know.
He's
I don't know
enjoying
why.
his free
He's
time,
enjoying his
that's
free
why.
time, whatever. I don't know why they give him flack for it, whatever.
Okay.
And then a couple of days ago, he posted a picture with
his daughter.
watching Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Do you
So
not get
peop-
it? Do you not get it?
So Barbie and then Oppenheimer.
Yeah. So do you know the correlation between the two?
One is like a female movie. One is like a very male.
And he
Yeah.
took the opposite to each role. Or to each role. Yeah.
So late.
Bro, listen.
So
I don't.
late. Went over right over his head.
Hey, he got it. So,
Bro,
that's
all
fine.
I'm saying
That's why
is-
we have 3 people here, bro.
you guys watched it though. I just would.
Barbie?
No, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
I would just like to.
Fucking
I would
fire.
just like to say I wouldn't take
One of
my
the best movies.
I wouldn't take my kid. Now, knowing what I know now, there's full-on sex scenes in there.
Pick.
Like,
What,
and some
Oppenheimer?
people,
Oh,
some
yeah,
people say
Oppenheimer.
they're unnecessary. I leave it up to the director.
That was enjoyable.
It really added.
let
up.
Noor to
it
just-
added to the story.
Try to pick a movie that
I'll
was
bring
better.
the comedic relief for you guys.
Yeah,
The
you are.
ad
You are.
libs, the ad libs.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like Oppenheimer versus any movie this year,
I feel
Oppenheimer
I
wins.
think it's the one guy in the movie theater. It's all silent, and he's like, "Yeah."
No, would never do that. Here, he'll do that.
Yeah.
But pick a movie this year that was better than Oppenheimer.
I did not watch any
Ooh,
movies this year.
Into the Across the Spider-Verse was good.
I haven't seen it.
I'm watching it tomorrow.
I haven't seen any movies this year
Watched
either.
it?
No, it's because I told you I don't go to. I don't go
Literally
to the
leave
movies
here
much.
right now. Leave mid-pod and
Yeah.
go
I-
watch
yeah.
it.
Mid.
I don't go to the movie theater much, so I just
you
wait
don't,
till
you
it comes
don't.
out, and I'll just watch it
Oh,
at home.
so it comes out tomorrow.
It came out. I think it's accessible today.
Be very careful how you word this.
It's
As
accessible
someone-
for me and my connections today. I'm not sure about the world.
Listen, as somebody who doesn't like animated films a lot, that movie single-handedly changed my perception on how films animated could be shot. I really love that. And is this spoiling it? No, it's not spoiling anything. Childish Gambino makes a cameo in it. It's like what?
Oh, that's
He's
sick.
in there
So
for like
funny. That's
10
sick.
seconds,
Yeah, 'cause
5
he-
seconds.
Because he
Serves
made
no purpose,
No
by the way.
purpose?
Well, 'cause
Yeah.
he made a
Absolutely
cameo.
no purpose. So I'm not spoiling
Yeah,
anything.
it's
You're
a
gonna be like,
cameo.
No, it's
Okay.
because he made a cameo in the live action. with Tom Holland.
Oh.
Yeah, so now it's like the universes are connected in some way.
Connected, yeah.
I didn't quite get
It's
it.
an alternate universe where he also has connection with
Okay,
Spider-Man.
okay,
Sorry,
okay.
that's what I should say.
I didn't quite get it. Onto onto some very weird trends in social media. Have you heard about this NPC
Oh my
emoting? I have to bring it up because we touched on it off pod. What do you think is wrong with society?
I think Oppenheimer didn't do a good enough job.
Just
I think we need a reset, bro. After you showed me this NPC thing, after you part of my heart broke for humanity.
a part of
bro-
me can't judge because, bro, like they're getting a bag for this, you know, for
That's what
people are
breaks my
donating
heart
money.
more.
It's like ice cream, ice cream. I can't even do it. It's so
No,
cringe,
I'm
bro.
not blaming
For your
them.
roses.
Yeah.
I'm
For
blaming
the roses.
I'm blaming the guy at home who's like click, 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 click. You know what I mean?
If,
Yeah, it's-
if people don't know what it is, I'll I'll
You
flash
need
it
to.
right here.
Gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang. Yes, 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 strong woman. Yes.
And yeah, it's
Bro,
it's some of the
it's crazy because it's like,
but
you
maybe
don't
to
need
them that's
much.
our like Harlem Shake, or maybe to them that's
like mannequin challenge and stuff like that.
maybe to them that's
sorry,
like
I'm
that.
sorry.
But they
When
get
did
paid.
you ever say, yo, do the Harlem Challenge and slide a 20 across the table? When did you ever do that?
Yeah.
Oh, true. No,
we never
but-
did it for money.
No, but
We never
like
did it for money.
no, but that's
Or
our
does that
society
make us,
today.
Does that make us
It's
dumb,
all-
though? Does that make us dumb?
Yeah.
No, well,
Facts.
We didn't,
Bro, that was our
we didn't
genera-
monetize. We didn't
Bro, because
monetize it.
we're a
No, we
generation.
didn't.
We're a generation that just wants to do things without paying for anything.
bro, I feel financially the younger generation is just a lot more aware of money, and they're
They're aware?
50
Aren't they the ones
Our younger
driving this
generation-
NPC thing?
and
No.
they're getting money for it.
Yeah, but
He's
they're
saying about
also hold on, they're also
generations.
taking.
I'm
from
saying
the
that
same,
gener-
Yeah, but they're also taking from their generation. The people who are clicking this stuff were most likely
Well,
young
hey,
as well.
20, 30, 50,000 people are watching this,
Yeah.
and
That's,
go
well, what I
ahead.
was going to say is
Go
that let's say there's 5K people.
Yeah.
Let's say let's say each sticker is like $1. $1 means nothing to you, but if 50 or 5,000 of us
Yeah.
send $1,
That's $5,000.
lot for
dog.
her.
Yeah.
No, no,
and
I get
and
that.
it's for a while, right? It's not for 20 minutes. Like let's say
Yeah.
someone does it for 2 hours and they get $10,000 from it. That's
I'll do it. Maybe.
I don't know if I would do it.
I don't know if I'd do it, to
Maybe
be
I don't know
honest.
if
I
I'd
don't
do
know.
You
it.
have cash on you? Let's do this
do
right
this
now.
right now.
I want to throw Toonie at him and just be like, yo,
I
here,
can
hold
literally
this.
open and
Yeah.
I could find a live someone's doing it right now, and
Bro,
it's like, hey, no hate, deadass, no
Oh, I'm
hate on
hating.
you, man. But
I'm hating.
no,
No,
because I
good-
can't hate on it because it's like
Because it's got monetized. That's
a
why
hustle.
I like it. It's a hustle.
it's a hustle. So, but like, I think it's strange. But yeah, bro, that's the world we live in.
Bro,
where
there's a
people
lot
are-
of stuff on those lives.
emoting.
I've seen one. I've seen this live. This guy has 4 saucers, like plates that are on like hamster wheels, and he just has music playing and has like 5-6 hamsters just running in circles. And it's
what-
like heavy techno, and there's lights and everything. And these
They're
guys are just going,
raving?
well, yeah, and one just flies off, and then one comes back on.
What's
It's so funny.
That's
sorry.
content.
And this is paid? Like they're paying, they're subbing to him and like.
Well,
giving
it's
him-
on a live. It's just like the NPCs.
Okay.
They just send stickers, and the stickers give him money,
God.
right? And it's just so funny to me. I'm
Have you
looking at
seen
this,
some?
and I clicked on it, and he probably had like fucking 5-7K people viewing him,
Anything could be live.
and I
dog.
just see the comments like, I can't stop laughing. I'm like, this is funny, sure. This is hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm not staying here for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I'm staying on this for the next half an hour.
Have you seen some
watching
people,
this
bro,
guy.
that will literally take an egg and break off? This is alive. They're very delicately and intricately break off the
Shell.
the outer
Shell.
shell and leave the inner lining.
It's a raw egg, by the way.
It's a raw egg and leave the inner lining, but they drag on the process forever. They break one piece and they're like, "Thank you, Becky 421 for the for the 2 roses. Thank you, Noor 1301. Appreciate it. Don't worry. Like you can go have a coffee, come back. We'll be right here. Don't worry about that." It's like, holy moly, just get it over with. But anyways,
No,
yeah.
this, I'm sorry. I have to come back to this just because
Go ahead.
I don't think stuff like this makes me question the whole young generation, where if they ever complain about money, okay, and I hear they're spending it on fucking hamsters and eggshells,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You don't have my sympathy, bro. Like, I understand you can monetize it. I'm not worried about the content creators.
Yeah.
I'm worried who they're mooching off of.
Yeah,
And yes,
yeah.
it's their prerogative. They can do what they want with their money. But when you say, "Oh, this new generation, look how they're monetizing everything," they're monetizing it on the backs of their own generation.
Yeah, but
that is
if
true.
the backs of their own generation want to watch this and
But
they're
it's
getting
it's
entertained,
entertainment.
who are
It's
we
entertainment.
to shit on that?
It's like
I'm
like streaming and
judging
gaming.
what they're spending their money on.
Well,
but
hey,
it's their
these are the
right.
same people
It's
that
their
might
right.
watch like Love Island, and no
Yeah.
disrespect to Love Island and whatnot, but they'll binge all these shows.
I have a problem with
which
that
to
too.
me, which to me I think
Yeah.
is
It doesn't mean
It's
It
sad.
doesn't mean. It doesn't mean I won't judge them. I'm still gonna judge it.
oh, you have the right to judge them.
But they're allowed to do what they want. But if it was me, I wouldn't be doing that.
But it's like Twitch
And if you
streamers
get
and stuff like
and
that.
if that clip gets 10,000 views and you get a lot of comments saying, "Yo, like who are you to just kind of like shit on a different generation that's not
Let's-
yours?" What do you say to that?
What? To shit on? I'm not shitting
Bro,
on
boomer,
it. I'm,
fine.
It's your opinion. It's your
I'm not
opinion.
shitting on it. I'm saying at the end of the day, we're all born with a finite amount of things we can do. One of them is how much money we're going to have in a lifetime. If that's how you choose to spend your money, and I think it's ridiculous, I'm going to think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You do you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think 100% somewhere down the line, they're going to have a meeting with their accountant, hopefully one day, and the guy's going to sit there and be like, yeah, if you just cut out your eggshell TikToks or like your subscriptions to hamsters,
Yeah.
that conversation to me is hilarious.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
that, or CRA being like, you owe us this much in taxes. Like, why? Because you claimed like all these like disability or whatever, but you're also like, subscribe to him. I know they don't have that information, but one of those conversations
You think it's
regarding
funny.
financial,
Yeah, fair,
it's
fair.
hilarious to me that
Yeah.
that conversation is to be had.
That's
Yeah,
the-
but okay, this
You're
how I look
budgeting
at
at
it.
home right now.
Yeah.
You try to meet your month to month, and you sit there in your Excel spreadsheet. And there's like a big red line, and it's all TikToks or whatever.
TikTok
But
lives.
whatever it
like,
is. Yeah,
okay,
lives.
here's the thing, bro. Older generations used to pay, or still do, they pay like $150, $200 a month just to have cable
Facts.
because that's what they grew up with,
Fair.
right? And this is the same idea. Like, I don't know how much they're spending. Now, if they're spending outrageous amount of money, yes, somebody needs to talk to them,
Yeah,
right? Because it's the same entertainment. You get it for
But
free.
these people,
right?
bro, are younger individuals where they might be getting their first job, minimum wage jobs, and they're putting that money to their favorite creators. And
It's
they're
no
not
hate to what they're doing.
and
with
they
their money.
won't
It's not a
have
problem.
I know. No.
Like, if
We've
I had
already
my
gotten
kid-
past that
Yeah.
part. They can do whatever they want with their money. But as a society, if most
Yeah.
of them, if that society is going to lead the next generation, and that's how they're already spending their money,
Oh, yeah. The
Bro.
next generation is kind of in a
in a pickle.
yeah, because bro, nobody
what a
wants to
pickle.
work.
Yeah. Oh,
in a
my
non-binary
God.
pickle, bro.
You want to
Nobody,
talk about
nobody
that
wants
for
to
a
work.
second?
There was
What?
like a
Shortages everywhere.
Yeah.
In,
Oh, labor
employees.
shortages? Oh yeah.
In where I work, it's like people
know-
calling in all the time.
but it's not about like the shortage of people not wanting work. It's people that don't like.
It's comfort.
It's comfort, but it's also the tolerance is gone. Like it's like if I don't tolerate my job anymore, I'm out.
Yeah, this leads to my comfort, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like the jobs that are in demand right now, and let's say a lot of them are labor based, right? Everyone's dream job is 9 to 5 remote, where I can do something on the side and have my computer on the left, and I'm chilling. I can still work, but it's not that intensive. You know what I mean? So the jobs that are crucial now, like plumbing, electrician, all that stuff, is in high demand. Nobody can do it, and they're falling behind all these projects, which is having a real impact on society today. In housing for us, you know what I mean?
On
If
the
you
work economy.
Yeah.
If you can't increase your supply, which means you need more workers to make the homes, then that's going to drive up price. And a lot of the reason why people don't want to do it is because A, they think it's beneath them, and B, because of comfort. Like Noor was saying, they're like, I can't tolerate that. You're telling me I work past this many hours, I have to do overtime, all this?
I'll add one thing onto this. Today I was taking a client to a surgeon to talk to about something regarding his teeth, and the doctor was telling me that the reason why at the Civic Hospital or certain hospitals in Ottawa, why there's such a long queue for, because he was telling me about patients who need sedation for surgeries for their teeth, because some kids or some people who are on the spectrum, a lot of people on the spectrum get anxiety for like if there's a needle or if they see anything. So the lineup for sedation for surgeries is very long, a year, 2-3 years. I asked him why, and he's plugged into a lot of places in Ottawa. He was telling me it's because, to tag onto both your points, he was like, the younger generation, nurses specifically, either are getting burnt out because they feel that they feel more privileged than previous generations, so they're willing to deal with less bullshit,
Yeah.
like with less heartaches that come with the job, right? Hardships that come with the job. So if it's a stressful shift and like they got to extend because there's a shortage of other nurses, they're more willing just to quit, or the pay is not adequate in Canada, so these nurses will go to America.
So,
And hence why they won't be hence why there'll be like, let's say, 2 nurses and they're able to only accommodate 4 or 5 patients a day, when realistically there's like thousands on the list. And he was just explaining to me that the younger generation is very privileged and they're not willing to work.
I don't necessarily fully blame them on this one. The nursing thing is a bit of a different story. So when you say they're fed up with wage, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times the best option is to quit your position at a hospital, become a traveling nurse, which means you're a contractor.
I've heard about this.
You bounce from hospital to hospital. Your wage is then negotiable. And usually you negotiate a higher wage. So why, like, what is incentivizing them to stay on regular staff rather than just to quit and become a traveling nurse and make more money and dictate their own hours?
it's job security, to be honest.
It is job. So in this case, I don't necessarily blame
That's a
them.
good answer, yeah.
This was a failure on the government's part.
Back to the government.
100%
We
though.
just
There's shit on them all day, bro.
We
All day.
just hopped off the topic.
Trudeau.
I was like,
Welcome
okay.
back.
Bro, I was like, we got away from this. Oh, no, we're back on. Yeah, sorry.
I guarantee you.
Make your point
I
about the government
guarantee
again
you
for the 10th time.
Is that the point? Anyways, so what I was
No,
trying
please,
to say
please,
is,
yeah.
so incentivizing education, so giving more educational assistance or enticing people to take the program. That's
How about just increase the...
no, but that's one way you have to tackle it at the source. You need more people to become trained nurses, right? So you
I'm
have
pretty
to
sure if you
incentivize
increase
that.
the price,
Yeah,
this price,
No,
the
bro.
salary for people,
yeah.
if you
Why
increase it to a point where it
Yeah.
gets high enough, people could be like, I want to change my career.
Right, but
no?
there's a fiscal limitation. To
And you
how
got the
much.
people growing up that might flock to that career just because,
What, like nursing,
Pay.
per se?
sure, that's the example I'm giving right now.
Yeah, it will make an impact.
Now it sounds
but-
easy because it sounds easy, but I don't know how easy or how
So
Boy, inflation,
applicable
bro.
that
This is why economy is being shit on, because everybody decided to add more money to their plate.
So rather, so here's the thing: you're on the right track,
That's
though.
true.
No, you're on the right track. Like what you're saying would work, but before trying that, why not incentivize and say, you know what? Okay, if you guys are going to sign up for nursing in colleges, what if I offer you like a bursary for more students? What if I open up
A what?
more bursary?
what's that?
So like a reduction in your tuition, you get so much
Oh.
allocated to help you out financially.
Got it.
So if they add more benefits to that to their education, you might entice more people to join up rather than go
Could
out
be.
and giving everybody a
Could be,
raise.
yeah. Seems
It's
like a
more
viable
no, but
option.
it's more fiscally responsible to do that than to raise everybody's wage.
But it's also like nursing in particular is a long road.
That was just the thing I
Yeah.
talked to the doctor about. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But just want to add, like nursing is a long road compared to other programs and stuff,
Right.
right? So it's like,
Yeah.
do I want to take that stress of all this schooling
and the
just to
thing,
get into a harsh work environment with
Bro.
decent pay? I want to say, I don't know what the pay
It is
rates
pretty
are.
decent, yeah.
Yeah. So
you know what's crazy is that they're on call pretty much like round the clock,
yeah,
which must be so stressful, bro. Like if I have kids and I'm just watching a movie, it's like, oh, mommy has to take this, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
and you just got to dip.
They
Yeah.
definitely need to be compensated for how essential they are.
That's
right? But there's a limit. You can't just give them
Bro,
unlimited
that
amount
field
of
got
money.
murked during the pandemic.
yeah,
Nursing field got murked. The field that I work in, where we look after clients who are on the spectrum and whatnot, it's at times it could feel like caregiving a little bit. That got murked as well, because a lot of people, like if they were working 2 or 3 jobs in my field, if they had 2 or 3 agencies that did the similar things, they could only pick one. So if they had 3 that pulled in income, they had to leave 2 of them and pick one, the government said. So a lot of them
It's probably to stop the
left
spread of COVID,
and
right?
just went to the one that was that paid the highest.
Is that
Yeah.
what it was for COVID reasons?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Going back to this is a question for me now. You said anxiety and with regards to needles and injections, and I guess doctors.
For people who are on the spectrum or children.
Yeah. I also have that. So how far?
So
So you're on that fence.
but I don't
How
know.
far on the
So-
spectrum am I?
no, that's not how it works.
You're pretty far, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Because it would explain a lot.
No. Like on a more serious note, I think that these individuals need to be sedated because if they don't and they get these surgeries done on them, it could be in the arm, it could be in the mouth, wherever. It could be a harm for the doctor. Like if the doctor's trying to do something, these people, there's nothing stopping these people. It's like
To
an
react,
impulse to hit,
yeah.
to literally just hit.
So-
Whereas us, we can like maybe take the pain or be a bit anxious and sweat it out. Them,
Receptacle.
it's sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like them, they're more willing to just aggress, and I've seen
So
with my
I-
own
I-
eyes, bro. It's just vocalization, yelling. It's
So
like
I
sometimes-
reiterate then, how far? I'm not saying
I
I'm
don't
all
think
the
you
way
need to be
there.
sedated.
You're on the iceberg.
Why? You're like.
But
if
we
this is
all are.
spectrum, Wait, if this is spectrum, you're right here.
All right.
If this is spectrum, you're right here. So put it that way.
Spectrum adjacent.
Yeah.
There you go.
The reason
Parallel
why
to
I'm
the
asking is
spectrum.
because you mentioned children, okay? And I had a bad string as a kid where I would be more reactive to a doctor
For a
approaching
needle?
me. Yeah.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you guys can relate to that, but a needle fucked me up, man.
Really?
I forgot the name of the phobia.
No, good for you.
I
Well,
for- no, but I forgot.
Nora,
I'm not scared of needles. I don't.
Now I'm not scared of them.
Needles
But-
or blood, like you can go ahead.
No, blood for me is fine. The needle, the part that just
The
freaks
prickly
me out.
part.
Not the prickly part. It's a phobia, and I'm gonna get the name of it. I don't even know what it is because I suffer from it. I should know it.
Tell me.
But basically, it's the fact that the needle is hollow to extract blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's that thing is what gives you the
So
anxiety.
you're just overthinking.
If someone were to get me, like if the doctor came up to me with a knife and a Ziploc baggie, I'm good with it. Like
called-
my problem is
It's called trypanophobia. It's an extreme fear of medical procedures involving injections or hypodermic needles. Children are especially afraid of needles because they are unused to the sensation of their skin being pricked by something sharp. By the time most people reach adulthood, they can tolerate needles much more easily.
Okay.
So this is to say that you're still a child.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say the same thing.
No, it's agreed. But what I'm saying is, for
You
me,
don't lean
for-
into the joke because then you kill the joke for us.
For me, it wasn't like what you just read. Okay, partially it relates. For me, mostly it was knowing that the needle was hollow.
Hollow.
Like imagine, okay, so a needle. If you zoom in on it,
Because it's like a hollow cylinder, essentially. Right?
you're not
Okay.
getting
It's going
poked
in.
by a pointy
Oh, are you
end.
afraid of holes?
No, I'm not afraid of holes. That's the only hole.
No, because I have heard. Why do you gotta say it like that? That sounds so weird.
That's what you said.
Are you afraid of like holes? Okay,
Yeah, Ali, roll the dice, bro. Roll the dice. I bet all these scenes could have
Screw
been in
you guys.
Oppenheimer.
what? Okay, Oppenheimer. That's a good segue. I thought that the way they depicted the bombs, or the bomb, was amazing. Was
Underwhelming.
like one of my favorite scenes all year.
I think visually,
Shout out
the
Christopher Nolan.
visually the explosion was underwhelming. Most of the power from the scene came from the audio and came from the dramatization.
Bro, the
behind it.
rumbling.
Yeah. So when I saw that scene, I was in the back watching the movie. When that scene happened, I'm like, "Fuck! I wish I was in the front."
What? And
Because it
just
was
watch
it was IMAX, but like not like this, but like you get to a point where the whole screen just becomes your view.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
But I still
So-
wouldn't. I still
For
wouldn't
the,
wish
just
it.
that one scene, I would have done just for that one scene.
People were
It was
saying
so good.
that
Excuse me,
in
excuse
Barbie, bro. People were saying in Barbie that they could hear the explosion in the
other-
other cinemas about
Cinema?
the. Yeah, I love that movie, and
Did you watch Barbie yet?
no,
Are you going to?
my sister's gonna watch it, and from reviews I've read, they say that it's actually not a children movie.
No, it's not.
Wasn't-
child.
isn't that
It's
what
not.
isn't that what it was telling you
Bro,
guys
I saw
beforehand?
young children, which I think Barbie has changed the game a little bit because I haven't seen a movie where now, mind you, it's a Barbie movie, so like there's a nostalgic element to it. So older people, excuse me, who used to play with Barbies, bro, dressed up as Barbie and walked into the cinemas and watched the movie.
It became a theme, right? A theme or an outing. That's how they got that whole
I thought
hype.
that was pretty cool. Now
Yeah,
imagine
it's
in
very
the
cool.
future if like future Spider-Man movies, if people dress up as
Just have a Spider-Man.
grown
honest,
as adults.
Look
Don't make fun of
retarded.
it.
I'm not.
We did
No,
that
but
for
we
the
did
Avengers
that.
movie.
Yeah, we did that. I can't
I'm
lie.
not saying anything. I'm
We
saying
got-
that'd be
we-
sick.
we got Avengers
It
hoodies.
adds the extra, spice or flavor to it. Do you guys think J. Robert Oppenheimer is like an interesting dude?
Well, yeah, he created a bomb.
I know that, but
I
like,
definitely talked to him about it. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
interested.
like
I want to see his thought process of like you knew this was gonna kill somebody or kill a lot of people and change the world, but you
why go through?
continued
Well, because he
Well,
had
because
he had
of-
a
yeah,
race with the guy
Russians
from
and
no
Germans.
the German guy.
Yeah, the Germans. Yeah,
I forgot his name. I'll put it right here. I forgot his name. His colleague once upon a time, later in life, it became an arms race. To who can make the atomic bomb first, the
Yeah.
Germans or the I believe
The
it's
Americans,
Germans
yeah.
or the Americans, and then this once upon a time colleague was an enemy, and then that's why he
finished
tried
the
he
race.
tried
Yeah,
to
that's true,
accelerate
that's
to
true.
make the atomic bomb, and when he made it, it's like, bro, it's so fascinating to see later in his life he regretted it so much. He's like,
the guilt.
I
probably
feel like
killed
the
him, bro.
blood's on my hands a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and to say that now, 2023, there's hydrogen bombs that are enough to make Hiroshima and Nagasaki feel like a drop in the ocean. Isn't that crazy, bro? Beep, world's done. World's eviscerated.
Bro, we've gotten to that
Level.
level of complex of destruction where we can just off our whole planet in a push of a
But
button through procedures.
I
But
mean,
what?
Push of a button.
who knows? And I don't want to advocate for this, but we talked about this offline. But basically, we were trying to say, I think it was at camp we were talking about it. We were trying to say, in the end, do you think it saved more lives to have this, to basically have this stick that you could wave around at people but never use, rather than have conventional warfare?
Oh, it definitely changed the world for the
It,
better.
it's,
It caused.
well,
it caused.
it's hard to answer that without seeing the flip side and how it would have panned out.
That is true.
But an argument could be made, like he's
Yeah.
saying, that the world security took a turn for the better after the invention of that, at the cost of some Japanese lives. But again, remember at the time, Japan was not going to surrender. They wanted to entice a U.S. invasion because they knew they could possibly win it on their home turf.
Schultz touched on this,
Yeah.
and I thought it was interesting because I don't hear too much about the American reasoning as to why a lot of these Japanese people died, and he just like put on his American hat and was like, "Hey, like, this is why we did it," like essentially don't
Fuck with us.
don't fuck with us,
I'll say
and
it for you.
and
You got to imagine, bro, if the Americans were saying that from back then, right, from World War II, if you backed us into a corner to save American lives, obviously we would do it.
Yeah,
What
but
do
I don't think. Sorry,
No, but
go ahead.
my point was, if that was what the Americans were going to say then, what do you think the Russians are going to say now if they're backed into a corner?
Yeah, but I don't think the Americans will retaliate the same way they did during the Cold War. And
I don't think that
World
a
War
society would let them today.
II. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
I would like to think it wouldn't let them, but I've been wrong before. Iraq.
Yeah, true.
oh god,
Oh, speaking of Iraq, I had a cool story actually.
yeah, please.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but back during the Kuwait invasion, right after, so like I don't know, I'm gonna get it wrong. Anyways, not the
I'll
point.
put it up here.
You put it up. There was a moment where Saddam Hussein ordered the hostage taking of 15 U.S. citizens and put them in strategic positions so that basically they couldn't airstrike the building without killing a U.S. hostage. The man who negotiated the release of all 15 U.S. hostages was none other than Muhammad Ali.
Whoa.
Yeah, he ended up flying there at his own behest. Like, he basically, the U.S. government was like, I don't recommend you do that. He's like, nah, F that, I'm going. He went on the street, signed a whole bunch of like Iraqis t-shirts and everything. He's like, I'm going to talk to Saddam directly. And I guess he basically, the local population was like, getting used to him. And Saddam heard he was in town. So then he requested to meet him, and basically Saddam was so impressed with Muhammad Ali. At the time, he was 43. Parkinson's had just started with him.
But he was still able to have
Yeah,
dialogues.
dialogue. Yeah, and he went there, and he basically assured him that he would give the U.S. a correct account on what Iraq wants, like Iraq's wants and needs.
Whoa.
And him being an honorable man and a fellow Muslim, right? I guess it resonated with
Wow.
Saddam. He allowed him to go back home on a plane with all 15.
Wow.
It was a really cool fact that
Bro,
I had never
the
known.
GOAT, man.
So-
The GOAT.
Wow.
So Iraq bad.
Muhammad Ali,
Good.
good.
Yo, did you hear about? Sorry.
I was gonna say
Bad.
like I was at the dentist today.
Oh, pearly whites.
Fairly ways,
Lit.
nice cleaning, but
Lit. Take care of him, bro.
there was a video I saw yesterday. I want to say yesterday, day before, and bringing it to more of the science aspect for you. But there's this chemical it's called xylitol. I think. Do you know what it? Do you know
I
of
think
it?
I've heard of it.
No.
It starts with the X.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like it was very interesting that I didn't know this was a thing, but this chemical basically is a cavity bacterial killer,
Okay.
Okay.
and it's in a lot of gum. Like
Yeah.
there's certain companies have xylitol in their gum, and there's xylitol specific gum too that people chew if they're prone for cavities, and you get cavities a lot.
Okay.
You chew the gum and you reduce your cavity levels.
Do you happen to know like the top brands who use it?
Pure? You know,
Okay.
Pure.
Yeah.
Pure
says
has
here,
it.
X,
Pure has
pure.
it.
Because what I was gonna say is if it's one of the companies who like also have lots of sugar, it's kind of counterproductive.
No. I think Pure is the
Pure.
zero
Yeah.
sugar
Okay.
ones,
Pure
right?
zero
It's right
sugar.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pure, yeah.
Yeah, that's just fun fact. I figured you
That's
want to know.
sick.
He told you about that, or you
No,
asked
so
about it?
I read about it online. I saw it online.
Okay.
Didn't read about it, but then I went to the dentist today and I brought it up, and she's like, "Yeah, it's very good. It's actually really true. It actually is a cavity. It reduces cavities."
And I love chewing gum, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
What she also said, she's like, people who take these like xylitol specific gum,
Mm-hmm.
because Pure has a percentage of it, but there's like xylitol specific gum.
Uh-huh.
It's made for people who get a lot of like dry mouth or are diabetics and stuff like that. It helps with I don't know, pH balance in your mouth.
Okay,
in your mouth.
that's
It
cool.
must be nice to chew
Yeah.
gum. I forgot the feeling ever since I have Invisalign. I'm not allowed to chew gum.
Yeah, but if you take it out, you can.
What's the point of chewing gum for 20 minutes?
Why would it be for 20 minutes?
Just leave those on for like 22 hours a day.
22 hours a day.
Jeez.
Bro, during camp, I slacked. During camp, dog,
Bro, it's
I
like
slacked so hard. I had them out for like 4 hours. Hey, dentist, if you come across this, man, or her.
It's okay, you're on
I apologize.
vacation.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
was
I don't know how you think you slacked if your freaking routine for cleaning your teeth
Was
was
an hour.
55 minutes. He's like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Man, I saw you go from brush to. It's great. It's great that you do it, but yo, you put more thought and care into your mouth than I've done in my whole body like in a week, bro.
Listen, bro, when it comes out of your own pocket, almost $9,000,
Jeez.
you really are like
Basically
on
a
top of
wedding.
it, bro. And now, mind you, I
I think you traveled
a
Europe
while.
for about that much. You could have went back. Instead, you're like, give me this plastic lining.
listen. I
Come on,
take
the
a
smile.
while because when I floss and I'm talking, it takes forever. But when I'm just, I knock it out of the park. Yeah, bro, you're right. I'm slow, and I had this conversation with my cousin Mustafa. Shout out to him. He was telling me about how he. Like, I'm not sure if he wants all his business out there, but I'll just tell you this. No, I'll just tell you this. But I'm allowed to say
Okay.
he deals with ADHD.
Yeah.
Okay, and he takes certain medication for it, and he was like, as everyone's chilling, like you're making food and whatnot, he just sat down and observed me walk, and he was like, Ali, I saw you open the door of the car and close it like 6 times. Like you opened it, took a lap, came back, opened it, closed it. He was like, are you sure you don't have ADHD? Because like maybe you need some of my medication. I'm like, fuck yeah, maybe I do, bro. Because I tend to take a while doing things. I go at my own pace.
Yeah.
And I like things to be perfected in a certain sequence. I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
have.
I told you too.
You told me to.
I made a joke about it. I was like, you're definitely on the spectrum for OCD because
Spectrum is autism.
Yeah.
I know,
Spectrum,
it doesn't
bro.
matter.
I'm not
I'm
autistic,
introducing
alright?
it. I'm introducing it to everything.
Yeah.
So OCD level 1,
Okay.
right? Or 3, because everything you do is in a certain procedure.
But also, I don't
it's
care if it
m-
gets disrupted. It's just
hold
I'd
on.
rather
No,
You
I
do
do.
get
You
flustered.
do.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, question for you: if you're diagnosed, is that a conflict of interest for your work? Sorry, I had to say it.
I deal with people who are severely autistic and are
Can you imagine a client? Who
obsessive.
are you to tell me anything? I heard
But
you.
we have the same thing.
One of us.
We have the same thing. But sit down.
that
As a
guy's-
matter of fact, I should give you meds.
Your manager's like, which one of you should drive?
You guys are foul, bro. You guys are foul.
I'm sorry, bro. I just
No,
had to
that's
say it.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
all good. No, that was a good one. I've never heard that one before. I've never. If people don't understand this, it's a joke. No, that should be funny.
It should be.
Bro, no, let me transition to something that you really like because you shit on my existence right now, bro. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna go home,
I'm sorry.
I seen it
gonna
coming
cry.
from a mile away.
bro.
It was like edgy on my seat. I'm like, I have to say it now.
No, it was perfect comedic timing. I'll give you that. Bro, what do you think about the whole UFO whistleblower who?
David Grusch.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was interviewed by government officials, and he said he had direct knowledge of aircraft with non-human origins that were so-called biologics, and they were recovered from some craft. So this guy Grusch, who served 14 years as an intelligence officer in the Air Force, he was alongside 2 former fighter pilots, and they had firsthand experience with unidentified aerial phenomena. I feel like this is one of the first times where, bro, they held a what do you call it?
Congress.
Senate intelligence hearing, I think.
Something like that, where it was streamed live on YouTube, and I didn't like tune in live to it, but TikTok is so beautiful because you got people who watch the whole thing and then pick out the highlights and throw it up in like a 1-minute thing. So I saw the 1-minute version of it, and bro, these people are literally saying like some wild shit.
Careful. We'll talk about it, and this is just like a small disclaimer.
I have it here, so I'm
careful
literally
with
quoting it.
Yeah, but careful with the TikTok. Like anything that summarizes something this.
No, it's literally clips from
No,
the
I
live.
understand, but what I'm saying is like our conversation right now, right? Like everything we've recorded right now, this entire session. If you were to record and summarize 1 minute of it, you're leaving out context, right?
That's true.
So sometimes you'll hear a bold statement, but you won't hear the context behind it. And I know it's hard to sit there and watch. What is this, 3 hours? Like, I understand it's right. I'm saying careful with that. But outside of that, talking what you're talking about, I'm not. I also do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I also make sure to like watch it with news reports. So what did the reporters also summarize alongside with them? And from most of it, I gather that he's a pretty credible witness to come forward and testify. All 3 of them, the 2 fighter pilots and David himself, they seem very credible. The problem I have with the whole UAP thing is I really do want it to be true. A, but B was, where are the astronomers? Why are they not part of this conversation? How hard would it be for them to miss this?
Do you think it's because their line of work relies on the reputation they have, and anything they come out and say from their own mouth could be seen as not fact, but holds a lot of merit to it. So if they come out and say,
all I'm hearing you say is that if they did see it, because they're so credible, these astronomers, you would assume the government said, "Yo, don't you mention nothing, because if you say it, everyone's gonna believe it."
But
Is that what you're trying to get at?
That's under the assumption that they do believe that there are things that they've seen, right? Like, or having former pilots in the 90s or 2000s or 2010s who have seen shit but have kept it on hush hush, because if they were to speak out, they'd get fired or they'd be deemed
but also
crazy.
because a lot of them signed NDAs.
That's true. That too.
Dr. Greer's group was the one that helped lobby And
Dr. Greer.
you can link it in one of his videos, like his intro video.
I'll put it in the
Yeah,
description. Anyone
and
who's interested.
basically his group basically got because he advised presidents, he got them to basically agree to giving protections to these witnesses, taking them seriously. A lot of them were not going to come forward, even if
Yeah.
they asked, because they were worried about their jobs, worried about the NDAs, which would financially bankrupt them, and worried for their life. So he got them to basically agree to protection services, a legal breakage in the NDAs. So he got a loophole basically from the Attorney General, I believe, to basically say that if the NDA has a conflict with national security, which this did, it is then void, null and void. It's not a Department of Defense issued NDA. You know what I mean? Like, it's not an official NDA from the government. So
Yeah.
at that point, we can break it if it regards to national security. Why would you take these steps if you didn't take them seriously or you were worried about it? But on the flip side, how come no astronomers caught this? And the reason why I'm saying it is they track every asteroid. They see every impact. I don't want to... It's too early to tell, but that's why I question it.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point where we see like some 4K crisp video of an alien be like,
No,
"Sup?"
never. You want to know why? Because everybody lost their minds when toilet paper became a hot commodity. What do you think they're going to do if aliens are legitimately real?
Bro, could you imagine, Noor, if that was a thing that people just had to come to grips with, that there are things there on Earth who are currently on our Earth are in like a remote island where nobody can access, but they're there. There are aliens. I wonder if people would lose their goddamn minds. Like you said, people lost their minds for toilet paper.
Yeah.
So people would... Oh my
People
God.
are giving money to NPCs. People are, like...
I could predict that Instagram post would be the most liked post of all time, bro. 'Cause, like, I've never seen something that... I've never seen something that's not considered real, quote unquote real, but have such a following, die-hard following of people, than UAPs. Is that what it's called?
UAPs.
I would
Than
counter that
UAPs.
by saying religion.
I thought about that, but
Yeah.
when it comes to religion, that's a whole touchy subject.
Is it, though? Because...
Bro, this is basically a religion.
Ooh, that's true. Okay, so you can classify under the umbrella of religion, all of it.
Yeah.
Why is this a religion?
It could
they
be basically
believe in
there's-
something
they
that they
believe
don't have
something
any
proof of it or existence other than
not
they
proof, but
basically
it's
have-
like
they
no
have faith.
physical.
Yeah,
they have faith
yeah,
of it.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, they have faith in
exactly.
it. That's what I meant.
The Church of Aliens.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's definitely a church for them.
You think so?
Or
A
some
cult-
sort
cult.
of
Yo.
cults, yeah.
Have you heard about this Iranian guy who
Which one?
is? Oh man, this is amazing. But I hope this guy doesn't end up like the first person who made this discovery. So one of the earlier episodes, I don't know if it was published or not. His name is Stanley Mayer. He's the guy who found a way to break hydrogen and be able to fill water into the cars and make cars drive on water. He got killed, murdered, allegedly. Something happened to him. No one really quite knows. A lot of people think he got silenced by the oil companies. There's an Iranian scientist that came out a few days ago. His name is Alauddin Qasemi. He invented a car that runs on water. A lot of the comments are worried for this guy's health.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, hey man, and it's
Where's he situated? Is he American or is he?
he's Iranian.
Is he in
Does he
Iran?
live in Iran?
I believe
he's
so,
probably
just
safe
from the
in
video.
there.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, true.
Well,
true.
Iranian oil companies, bro.
Bro,
Yeah, but they're pretty on lock. They're pretty.
bro, this car can run 60 liters of water and is capable of traveling up to 900 kilometers in 10 hours.
Yo, could you imagine though if you're driving a car with a water gas tank and you get thirsty?
Bro, just like extract some water.
Like
Chug it.
imagine a Camelback straw from the back.
Bro, but the science is so fascinating. The power is generated after H2O is split into
Yeah,
hydrogen and
You're burning
oxygen,
hydrogen, yeah.
which
Yeah.
react chemically. That's so
But
cool.
we do have hydrogen
Yeah. Fuel cells.
vehicles.
They're
Bro, we
called-
don't have
vehicles.
cars that run
So
on water.
they're
No,
called-
hydrogen fuel vehicles we do have.
They're called hydrogen fuel cells,
And they're
they've been-
efficient?
Yeah, they've been developed before.
They're
People
built.
have been using
The
them.
government, our government
Yeah.
possesses a couple vehicles that do that.
Oh yeah, the science. Okay, so This has not been, maybe I'll have to double check. It hasn't been confirmed yet. Scientists are trying to replicate it, but basically, if you heard of LK99, either of you guys,
No,
has been
that sounds
trending on
sick.
everything.
What is that? I
So-
want a tattoo of that. LK99. Sounds tough.
LK99 was a new synthesized material that's basically the team who found it claims that it's a superconductor at room temperature. So superconductors essentially they run everything like MRIs, quantum computing. All it is essentially running your electronics with zero energy loss, and on top of that, a sustainable magnetic field. Yeah, we'll get into science. I'm just reading about it now, but basically, quantum computers they use these superconductors as part of their processes. But because everything vibrates, they have to supercool them to like 4-degree Kelvin to a point where the molecules stop moving, so it doesn't
Get
mess
cold.
with it. Right,
Okay.
get cold. So the only way we could use it thus far is to cool it down. This one claims to be at room temperature, in a superconducting state.
And this is what again?
LK99.
Okay, LK99.
And so people were going off on this, basically saying, okay, it's weird that you're bringing out all this UAP stuff, and then you start talking about this new material called LK99 that's a superconductor. And superconductors are also used for quantum locking. So, like, you ever see those videos of a magnet that looks like it's frozen with liquid nitrogen, and it locks in position, they spin it around the track? You guys ever seen those videos?
Of course.
I'm trying to think.
It's a TikTok thing. I'm sure you would have
okay.
seen it.
Have I?
It must be alive, right?
Yes.
Bro, when Wahid talks, he just spews it like
Spews.
fast.
You're getting back
yeah,
at me.
spews. Get at it, bro.
You're getting back at me
Bro,
for the
bro,
self-help
the man
thing.
said spew and I died.
Exercise, workout. Let's say they spew any of that. That
Spew.
yeah. Let's say
Spew sounds like just like
Just
something
garbage,
filthy.
yeah.
there's a
yeah,
negative
yeah.
connotation to
Yeah.
it.
Spew
Yeah.
trash. Sorry, I have to hit you back with that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that for a week, dog.
So, anyways, if this claim were to be true, you could basically have superconductors in everyday items. Quantum computing can be more accessible. MRIs could be on the go. You know what I mean? Portable MRIs,
Oh, that would be
stuff
sick.
like this.
It'll be like infinite renewable energy in a sense.
So yes, that's the major key from this as well. Is not it'll unlock nuclear fusion nuclear fusion. I guess before the deadline because they needed superconductors for it. And it enables in some ways free energy to become more than a hypothetical possibility. And so that's where it also ties into what Dr. Greer was saying, which is that they possess materials like this, right?
Yeah.
So this guy online was basically saying like, UAPs, okay, 99, but at the same time, no one's been able to replicate it thus far,
Yeah.
except for the originating
Bro,
team.
it's so funny. Like what our first podcast was about UAPs, about Dr. Greer and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, it was
One
also
of
the
the
weather
earlier
balloons.
ones.
The weather balloons are
Yeah.
like
One of the early
shooting
ones.
down.
Yeah, but it's just so funny. Like people are talking about it now, but like
we spoke
it's been
about
a
it.
trail. It's been a trail coming along to this point.
You know what's
which is crazy that people don't really notice all these pieces coming together, and then like this big picture. You know, like that's what's crazy about it.
Bro,
That's what
there
I'm
be
looking at.
Meanwhile, Barbie and Oppenheimer are trending, eh?
Yeah.
bro, they're called Barbenheimer or something.
Barbenheimer. Yeah.
Which is a force, I think, but neither here nor there. Some names just gel.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer, whatever. Bro, there'll be topics that we touch on months ago, and they'll be brought up in very credible, very popular podcasts. Wallah, and I'm like, we
We're on the
touched
right
on this.
track.
We touched on this months ago, dog, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Might as well just bring up everything and be like, we did it first.
Yeah.
No,
Like
I just thought that was
the
cool.
Ecuadorian presidential candidate who got shot today or yesterday.
I
Sorry,
did not
he
know
got
that.
killed. He was running on an anti-crime,
God damn.
drug policy, and he got killed before. Ecuador's been having a big problem with cartels and stuff. Yeah, shocker.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But because recently they've been having prisons that riot.
Yeah.
But because the prison guards are so connected to the prisoners, they smuggle in weapons for them. So imagine halfway through the prison riot, the prisoners all have weapons and start shooting at the guards. It's been multiple times in the past few years that they've come in, like the military was sent in, and they'll find guards dismembered in the prisons. It takes them like weeks of firefighting to get in. Like this is a common occurrence.
Wow.
And on top of that, the guy who was running on an anti-drug platform, an anti-crime platform, gets killed. Who had a
There's
had
so
a
much
good, decent
corruption.
following.
So much corruption in this world, man.
Yeah.
From
But anyways, Barbie's
all
doing
walks
good,
of
I hear.
Bro, you want to hear something blew my mind? I told my entire family about this. So back to individuals on the spectrum. This is impressive. Wallah. If by the end of this 30-second story you're not impressed, I don't know what I'll do to myself. Hear me out.
Okay.
Wallah. So I worked a week or two ago at a different location as per where I usually work. And so there are a different set of clients. These individuals are considered higher functioning. So they're like semi-independent living. So they can live pretty much on their own, but we just help them out with basic tasks. I show up to the shift and this girl's like, oh, hi, what's your name? She's an older lady. I said, oh, my name's Ali. Nice to meet you. She introduces her name. And then I say, before I can say anything else, she says, hey, Ali, what year were you born? I said, 1993. I don't mind sharing that. 1993. And then she's like, oh, what day and month were you born? I said, September 1st, 1993. She's like, oh, not even 2 seconds. She's like, you were born on a Wednesday.
That's impressive.
I said, how did you know that? And then she's like, oh. And then she just walks away. I said, no, wait.
I need the secret.
Who's really the high functioning one?
Bro, is that I told her, so my sister is born May 9, what did I say? 1999 or 2000. She said it was like a Friday. I'm like, no, wait. It was right. So at this point, I'm just like,
Throwing out dates.
yeah, my dad's born. I just made something up on the spot. I don't know what I said, but just an example. I was like, yeah, one more. Can I do one more? She's like, yeah, sure. I said, October 12, 1968. Thursday. I said, no way. Noor, it was Thursday.
That's wild.
That's so cool.
That's so wild.
That was so cool.
There has to be a way to monetize that.
Now it's like some
TikTok
people
Live,
who
just send out your
Yeah,
that's so cool, bro. So some people who are on the spectrum also can have something called a Savant syndrome, where it's like they lack skills in a lot of areas, but they excel in one tremendously. There's a famous guy where he's on the spectrum, but he flew on a helicopter over New York City
Saw this.
in like 20 minutes. He drew all of New York City.
Like he saw it
Off
from a
memory.
snapshot,
Off memory.
Yeah.
Off memory.
It's wild.
And I'm like, wow, like that's crazy, man. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that.
That's
That's
crazy.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
like
Some
that's so-
geniuses out there.
No, there are.
Yeah.
There really is.
And we're just here talking in mics.
Okay, I mean, why do you gotta put it like that? Oh, two more things before I wrap this up, unless you guys have anything, and they're very quick. One is Elon Musk was creeped out by a guy on Twitter who looked exactly like him, who was a doppelganger of him.
Is it the Asian dude?
Yeah, I've seen
the
this.
Asian dude?
Is that a deep fake?
No. This guy's
it's
so
not.
funny, bro. He's
It's
so
real.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so funny.
Dog.
He just seen it now?
Yes.
This guy's been around for at least a year. He's been-
He was fighting a still picture of
Mark
Zuck,
Zuckerberg.
and he was like, bro, it didn't look real. And then even Elon was like, I can't tell if this is an AI or deepfake. Is this real? What's the guy's name?
He's a dude. Yeah.
I-
People in the comments were saying this is,
Zhilong Ma.
yeah, this
That's
is
his
Elon Musk's sub-in.
Tag
If
him
he
in.
doesn't make
Yo,
weight.
I don't feel
If
like
he
it.
doesn't make weight.
Like
Bro,
a
he
tagline.
looks. So
Yeah.
after watching that, it got me thinking. There are people that are doppelgangers of us out there.
Yeah. Isn't that there's a
There's like a few.
I
think
want to
it's
say
the-
there's a hadith, but I'm not sure. But I just want to leave it at that because I'm not educated on that side. But
I don't know
How
enough.
would you feel if your doppelganger is doing better than you?
Whoa.
Would you want to assume his personality?
Yo, how would you feel if your doppelganger is doing better? Or like you see an like a mirror image of somebody who looks exactly like you, but is either, let's say you're rich, they're wealthy, or you're wealthy, or you're wealthy and they're struggling. I don't know. That would trip me out. It's like, should I help you, my guy? It's like I know you, but I don't know you
I
because
think
you're a different
the
person.
Olsen twins had a movie like that where they just swapped. There was a movie like that,
I don't know.
and they just swapped lives.
Last thing I'll say is, have you heard of this creator named Lil Tay?
Yeah.
I heard about this.
Bro, this is so sad.
I heard about this.
Allegedly, she got her hacked,
Mhm.
and they said that she died. And a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of likes and comments. Rest in peace. Yeah, she's like a little bit out there, with what she says. But the girl's like, what? I don't know, 8 years old or something.
14.
14 years old, and it's like, oh, her and her brother passed away. And then she comes out later and was like, hey, I didn't pass away. So it got me thinking. A lot of people were saying maybe it's a PR stunt. How far people are willing to go to get relevance or to get that lightning in a bottle moment to go viral, right?
Mhm.
To fake your own death.
To record a man in Japan committing suicide or look at the suicide forest. The point is, yeah, they go far. People
That-
go far.
Fucking wild, man. Like, I was just like, this is sad. This is just another example of what
Yeah.
society we live in.
I'm sorry, I put this in the same basket as those NPC people, bro.
Not fair. Fair.
Like this
But that's the society we live in, bro. It's all about
You can always end it on
it's
that.
all about digitizing my life or my social status.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
I think we'll end it on a.
No.
depressing.
Oh,
note.
no.
I
That's
no
not
I want
depressing.
it's not I wanted to
You
end
wanted
it
to?
off of
I'm
just saying
depressed.
Wait, what'd you say?
I see you Maui and I'm here for you.
Oh yeah, the fires.
Yeah,
in
the
Maui.
fires
Yeah.
Oh,
We would love to
oh,
send
man.
you planes, but we're currently busy with our own.
with their own
no,
fires.
that's so sad, man. Yeah.
Hey, it's almost like being an honorary state should have more benefits, but delayed response times.
But did you see the wreckage? Have
Hawaii.
you seen the
Yeah,
wreckage?
yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Our
Biden's
hearts
on
are
it.
with Hawaii. The
I was gonna
fires
bring that
there.
up. I was
Yeah?
gonna bring up Biden.
Wait, what about him? Which part?
Well, when we were talking about the prime minister and stuff, and Trudeau and all that kind of stuff, and people in the party running down under him and stuff, and I'm like, look at the states. You have an empty shell, and people are in the country still running.
Empty.
Shell.
Yeah, he's basically saying that nothing he does is him; it's the party like living through him. They all put in Biden. Elected
Well, that's
Biden
my
as their
point
front-runner.
with
Yeah,
Trudeau.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's why I was going to
the
bring it
parallel.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
basically,
think
saying
you made your point, and I'm like,
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
going to bring
you
it
can
up.
run the
Yeah.
country with an NPC. That's what
Yeah.
he's saying.
No,
Essentially.
Yeah, there's people in the background to make sure it won't fail.
Yeah.
Trudeau, even though this episode had a little bit of shot your way, dude, it's just comedy, and there's always a couch here for you. On that note, thank you for listening to the MentALIty podcast.
Hey.
Signing out.
Wind blows hardest at the mountaintop.
You always have that one liner in the end. That's a good one.
Yeah, you're gonna keep that in.
I'll keep it in.
Yalla bye.
Peace.
Yalla
Peace.
bye.
Bye bye.